Hello everybody, Nodding and it does. It's Sunday morning, June the 8th, 2025. It's a little bit sunny, a little bit overcast, but it's all in all a good day. And I'm glad I've got Miss Vivi today because I am so pissed you have no idea. I'm livid. I am absolutely beside myself. I just cannot, for the life of me, understand what the United States is coming to. Watched a movie in the fall. I've said it about 20 times on here now. It was called The Civil War. And it started just like California. And it's about journalists going through this and recording it all for history. So, got a frog in my throat. So yeah, I hoped it wouldn't come to this, and then I thought, oh Jesus, this looks like it could come to this. And now, Vivi's barking at the dogs across the road. And then last week, when they did the raid on the restaurant, I thought, holy shit, this is it. Holy shit, this is it. Well, then Friday came, and it was the raids at the Home Depot. So, I don't know. But what I do know is this just didn't happen on Friday. This has been, in my humble opinion, has been planned since the murder of George Floyd by a white police officer and all the summer of riots started. The only ones Trump concentrated on were blue states. They were the only ones that he was trying to get those National Guard in there and send in the military. Just the blue states. So that put the bug in his ear, that did, as far as I'm concerned. That put the bug in his ear. Now this was all set up back in February, just after he took office. The plans were in the mix. Because you know him and brown people, who know he only needs them to get elected. And after that it's like, adios amigos, right? So he had a guy named Caleb Vittel. And Caleb Vittel was picked to head up the ICE administration, whatever the hell you want to call it. But he got fired. And he got fired because he wasn't getting rid of enough brown people fast enough. That was the reason they fired him. His numbers weren't good. And that's all it is with Trump. The more he can get out, the better, right? So when ICE started showing up, there'd be 3 or 4 of them, right, in their little cosplay uniforms and stuff. They'd be all masked up, of course. Couldn't see their faces. Because, well, I'll get into that in a minute. So they all started showing up in masks. No badges, no judicial warrants. They had administrative warrants with, what's her face there? Oh, yeah, the dog and goat assassin, and horse assassin, I might admit. She could sign them, and so can Hobag. So, they don't have to be signed by a judge. So they don't have to go through any of that. That just takes the load off, doesn't it? Now, California wasn't picked by accident. Trump hates Newsom. He has since the big forest fires they had there when Trump was there, and he was saying that they're not raking the forest. Remember that? Yeah, he has hated Newsom since then. And he hates Karen Bass because I think she was in the Senate. But, yeah, she was part of January 6th, and he fucking hates that. So, he has a hate on for her, and she's the mayor of LA. So this is all going to be her fault. It's all going to be her fault. LA is one of the largest cities in the United States. It's also the 4th largest GDP earner in the world. It's like its own country. It's like its own country. So they're doing all that stuff, and I'm telling you, when he gets a hate on for somebody, he does not let go. He's like a kid in the candy store laying on the floor, screeching and hollering, having his tantrum until mommy gives him that fucking candy that he wanted. He'll just go on and on and on until he gets it. And he made sure he'd surround himself with people that would give it to him. The other thing is, LA is also a sanctuary city. And oh, mother of God, he hates that. He hates that more, I think. So, all the little toy soldiers that show up are all saying, bringing a message from the chief fascist himself and terrorist, saying that, I'll show you, Newsom. I'll show you. That's what this is. I'm watching out for Vivi too, by the way. So, yeah, I'll show you, he says. So all the little toy soldiers that he had hired, in my opinion, are an army that was just pardoned January 6ers. That's who this army is that he's bringing in. With this very thing in mind, when he pardoned them, 1,600 of them, took guys that were in there for 22 years, 26 years. Yeah, this is what he had in mind. He was going to do this, and it's been in his mind since George Floyd. Make no mistake about it. So, they are zip tying 4, 5, and 6-year-olds, taking them to court, no representation. How many 4-year-olds do you know can go up against a lawyer that's trying to put them somewhere that they don't know anything about, don't understand the proceedings, but they've got to defend themselves? Make that make fucking sense to me. Make that make sense. So, the numbers of ICE have gone up. They have gone up. Like, they showed up 3, 4, 5 at a time. There was one video I seen where they showed up to try and get this woman to come out, because they use ruses like that. Come out of your house, come out of your house. Your son's been in an accident or whatever. You have to come with us to get them out of the house, because then they can arrest him, because they're not allowed to go inside with that administrative warrant. They can't go inside. She has to come out to them. So it's anything that they can get to get the mothers, and that's the ones who's going, oh my God, my son was in an accident. Now we got you, you're going. But the lawyers showed up at the house. Didn't take them long to get their shit together and fuck off. They took off right quick. So this is the kind of tactics that they're using. So don't tell me they're police officers. Now, the LA police, who don't normally get involved in this stuff, have got to be out there to protect the friggin' ICE guys. Seriously. They don't usually get involved in shit like that. But now, oh my God. Now these guys are all showing up, all decked up, not just in their blue jeans and t-shirts, but now they're in full camo gear. And they got their faces all masked still. And she's over there. So yeah, they got their faces all masked. They're armed to the hilt. Like, I mean armed. Oh my God. Sidearms, everything else. Long guns, they've got everything. No badges, no ID. They're storming businesses like that restaurant I said, and they're allowed to. They're allowed to go in, but they can't go in with their administrative warrant. They cannot go into any private areas like the boss's office and stuff like that. They are not allowed to go in there because they can't get that jurisdiction. It has to be a judicial warrant. So, they're storming businesses and they're stealing people. No other way to put it. No questions about it. They're not asking them questions. They're putting them in, once they get to a destination, they're putting them in some building where it's like an office building, and they're putting like 30, 40 of these people in one room at a time. And they just filter them out when they feel like it. They're there for hours and hours and hours. This is cruel. It's terroristic. And that is the plan. That's the plan. Trump has said protesters now can no longer wear masks at protests. I'm sorry. I've got whatever. I'm wearing a mask because I don't want to get sick and die. But no, that's the new thing. That came out last night. Protesters are no longer allowed to wear masks while they're protesting. And now all of Trump's henchmen, all their pants are way too tight. Crotch tight, if you know what I mean. Because their wet dream is now coming true. Their wet dreams are coming true. 2,000 National Guard have been deployed. Pig Hegseth is going to deploy the Marines, the United States Marine Corps. He's going to have them deployed from Camp Pendleton. Make that make sense. You see them in Paramount rather. They're in Compton, all different places all around Los Angeles, in full combat gear now, hanging on the running boards of these. They're like APCs, armored personnel carriers. They're on the running boards. Military Black Hawk helicopter was at one ice installation, and two guys in jeans, flak jackets, you know, the usual ice uniform, and they're unloading ammunition, smoke grenades, I guess rubber bullets and shit, and flashbangs and stuff. And it started with that restaurant. And when they got away with that, let's kick this up to a 12, shall we? So then there was the Home Depot raid. That was on Friday, and that just friggin' escalated from there. They showed up in town with those APCs, with those guys on the running boards. What is the people in town supposed to think? What are they supposed to think? Exactly what they thought. They're being invaded. There was the Home Depot one. Then they went to the garment district and raided a bunch of businesses there. And I mean raid. Full gear, weapons, everything else. If that doesn't scare the shit out of you, not much will, I guess. A school graduation, elementary school grad. They all showed up. They were hiding in the goddamn woods. They do the same thing at court. People are showing up for their appointments to be citizens, and these guys are literally hiding in the bushes waiting. Well, they did the same thing at this elementary school, and they went in to grab a bunch of parents. There's a bunch of screaming going on and running. The kids were terrified. They were all crying and screaming. Somebody said ISIS, so that word got out. Another school ended up shutting down, and they were on lockdown. And all these poor kids don't know what the hell's going on. So this is happening in the United States of America. I am gobsmacked, and I am scared shitless for my family that lives in the LA area. I don't know what's going to happen to them. Some of my family are married to Mexicans. They're all citizens, but that don't matter. You can be a citizen, it's not going to change the color of your skin. My cousins are married to the most beautiful women I have ever seen. But yet, do they care? No, they don't. This is the whole point. Trump wants to be a wartime goddamn president. And guess what? He's declared war on his own country. You know who does that? Dictators. Dictators, fascists, Putin, Kim Jong-un. He wants everybody to toe the line to him. You don't have to have a life. You just have to bow down to him. You get nothing, and he's going to keep you down. So he does shit like this that's going on right now. Gavin Newsom has said, well, maybe with all the money they make with GDP and all that stuff, they'll hold back $80 or $90 billion in taxes and just keep it for the people of California. That's going to start something else too. But you know what? You got to fight fire with this guy, literally. Because people are going to get killed in big numbers, because this is just the start. Who's next? New York? They're not going to get any help from the mayor there. We already know that. He's already bent the weenie to the MAGA moose knuckle, Tom Homan. Tom Homan threatened him right on camera. And we'll keep supporting you as long as you do what Trump wants. So, yeah. And he said, okay, You keep me out of jail and get rid of all these charges, I'm your man. Cowardly son of a bitch. That's what he is. So anyway, this has gone on long enough. I'll probably do another one as things grow up. I'm starting to lose subscribers, but I don't even give a shit about that now. Because you know what? The ones that care are here. And that's what I look like. Everybody goes, oh, there wasn't a good turnout at the wedding. You know what? The ones that cared showed up. And that's what I'm going with. Fucking guys. Anyway, warn anybody you send this to that they better have their earmuffs on because Nana's pissed. Nana is pissed. So all my hangers on, you get me. I understand. Thank you. And that's why you're on my channel, because I appreciate you. Newcomers, like me, love me, share me. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel because it is going to get worse. Not my channel, the news. So anyway, Naughty Nan does. We'll keep you up to date as much as possible. Please take care of you first. Don't get involved in that shit down there. Stay the hell home, because that's what they want. They want you out there so they can say, oh, look what they're doing. Yeah, that's what they want. Don't give him that choice. Do not give him that ammunition, because that's what it is to him. That's one more stick in the pot that he's stirring. So please, stay the hell home. Stay away from it. And let the police handle, because I don't think the Marines are going to go along with that. They're not going to put arms up against their own people. I really don't think so. That is an illegal order as far as I'm concerned, even though he's calling for an insurrection. Oddly enough, the people that he has in ICE, in my opinion, are the insurrectionists. They're the ones that started this shit. Nobody else. The citizens didn't start this. Anyway, Nana loves you. Be good, be safe. Please take care of you first, and please stay out of that shit. Please stay away from it. I love you all.